Hopefully the chat will be working today. Come on in, everybody.
I think I saw some people already in the chat. Marv was talking that yesterday was the 15th anniversary of Frank Frazetta's past.
Yep, Marvy's already in the... Nope, that's not it. That's by Atlantean. All right, let's try this. There we are. Yeah, good morning. We lost Frank Frazetta 15 years ago on May 10th. There's a suggestion for a show. We've covered one of his art books in the past. It'd be great to look at again. There's some great comics that he's done that's in public domain.
Yeah, Frazetta's stuff is just amazing.
That we need to take a look at, I'm sure.
I might do a Frazetta study today if I do a live stream. I wasn't able to live stream this week because of I was filling in for some people at the bookstore I do some work at, and I streamed like every day from like Friday, Saturday, twice on Sunday, and so I couldn't get Monday in.
Oh yeah, coming in, folks. We see you out there. We just lost a viewer. What's wrong with you? Somebody left. Get back in here. Hit that like button, folks. Going through and changing my Facebook before I go any farther, just because I keep forgetting to do it. And there we are. Glenn is not with us today. He had a little accident. We hope he's feeling better soon. He said he'll see us on Friday. There we go. Now more people are back in. There we are. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Randy and crew. Oh, well, here we are. Look at that.
Hello.
Glenn, how are you?
Glenn.
Oh, Glenn. Are you all right?
Not really, but I've decided that you've got to carry on with your life, and I enjoy talking to you guys. So there you go.
There you are. Yes.
It was good to see you.
As Helen pointed out, my injuries don't stop my mouth working.
That's fair.
I'm sure that was a great conversation.
That sounds like my wife.
I think I've been told similar things.
There you are. All right, folks, come on in. We see you out there. There's chairs in the front of the auditorium if you can find any. Come on in closer to the front. We don't want to be yelling all the way across the hall today.
Sure we do.
PBR's in the house. Says hi, Randy. Hello to all in chat. Yes. Glad you're here. Oh, and look, Sarah's in zombie mode, but I'm here. To Glenn. Good morning. Glenn's here.
That's the noise he made. Ah!
I'm going to say you want to try it, but don't.
No.
All right. Got some great stuff to look at. Sarah says, OMG. My injuries don't keep my mouth from working either, as you well know. Glad to see you, but dang, Glenn, she says. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Yes.
Oh, that's from my side.
Glad you're here. Are you Botrix?
Botrix is something that I run on my thing, so I could see all the chats in one place because I use OBS. So, because I don't want to pay for StreamYard.
And anything you say there can and will be used against you. So,
yep. Yeah. So don't worry about that. That's fine.
Star Wars today, folks. Glad you're here. Going to run the opening and get stuff going. So here we go. He said scrolling real fast. There we are. Been some real nice viral videos show up in my feed lately about the creation of the X-Men, the new X-Men with Claremont and Cockrum.
That sounds pretty cool.
Quick snippets, very interesting stuff. And whoever's posting them needs to be thanked. But
yeah, I want to check those out.
I want to thank Russ for sending me that TV21 link. Thank you, Russ.
No problem. It looked really. I watched or I'd listened to a documentary about the Return of the Saint with Ian Ogilvy.
Oh yeah.
It just popped up in my timeline, you know. So I put it on while I was drawing, and it was it had what's his name, the original Saint,
Roger Moore.
It had Roger Moore narrating some of the commentary over the top. It was a really good little piece.
There was a moment when Ian Ogilvy was going to replace Roger Moore as Bond because he took over from the Saint. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a moment. But he wasn't a big enough star, so
no, it's a pity because
I think he's great.
Yeah, I kind of like him in that. It's a really sort of trashy 70s TV, and it's excellent. It's really, really good fun to watch.
There's nothing wrong with trashy 70s.
No, nothing at all. No.
A lot of that stuff gets played. There's a lot of retro channels here, especially on some of the oddball streaming platforms like Tubi and Pluto and that.
Yeah,
they play
Pluto has a lot
great,
of
great 60s and 70s and 80s stuff on there.
I just want The Fugitive.
Yeah, I haven't seen that around. If I do, I'll let you know.
Thank you. I
Desi
really
Lou-
want to watch The Fugitive.
Desilu production
Yeah.
in the 60s. I remember that first time around.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a girl. So,
David
I
Jansen.
like to watch it. So,
I've not seen it since I was a girl either.
no.
We haven't. We have a great Me TV syndicate that runs little independent stations all over the country, and their Saturday nights are just incredible. They have a horror host named Sven Gulli that comes out and does the old
Gulli.
Does the old
I've seen
Elvira
this stuff.
thing. Has a lot of rubber chickens thrown around, and
Rubber chicken.
Speaking, just before we move on, speaking of the Fugitive,
mm-hmm.
even when I was, I think it was about 13 when that was on. Even then, it struck me how similar to The Invaders it was.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the end it says a Desilu production. You know.
Yeah. I think it was vice versa though. I think Invaders came after Fugitive, didn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'd have to check the dates.
That's what I meant. Did I not say that?
Yeah.
I meant that's what I meant. Yeah.
Same basic format though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a guy a handsome guy being chased by someone and moves to the next town every week.
Yep.
Leaving behind lots of babies and stuff like that.
And
Sarah says yes, Sven, LMFAO. But the thing with their Saturday night lineup, they start with like Sven Gulli, and then they do the Ferrigno Hulks and Batman, Adam West, and they used to have Wonder Woman on. I'm not sure if they do anymore, but early in the morning they run all the Irwin Allen programs: Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Lost in Space Time Tunnel, Land of the Giants, right in a row. And then Invaders earlier in the morning, followed by like in 6 a.m, they run an episode of Thunderbirds.
Oh,
cool.
Just great geek stuff. Just fantastic of them to be doing that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's a great brain check stuff. My appreciation for Beverly Hillbillies just has grown by leaps and bounds by watching them on those, just catching them on the channel. Oh, Beverly Hillbillies. I guess that'll be good noise. And they're actually funny. Sitting there laughing at the thing.
It's another show that I haven't watched since I was a little girl.
Cement pond in the backyard. Just fantastic stuff. You have to have a tolerance for hillbilly stereotypes.
It's a program I've never seen.
Oh, you've got it.
Never seen it.
I will send you the pilot.
Okay.
It's on the pilot's on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's okay funny.
You've never seen the Beverly Hillbillies?
No.
They really start hitting their stride once they become
I'll see if I can make it all the way through.
Oh no, you'll make it all the way through.
They're great.
It's like a stage show with, but it's all hillbilly stereotype humor. And the pilot, they end up finding the oil, and Jed's sister, who's played by the same woman who played the hotel owner in Petticoat Junction, who went on to be the voice of Betty Rubble on the Flintstones.
Oh, right. Okay. I know Betty Rubble.
Yeah.
I could sing you that song all the way through with different words, but you'd get cancelled, so I won't.
It would probably fit though.
It probably would fit, but
yeah,
you'd find it funny. But
Yeah.
I'm sure we would.
Considering some of the
We're
stuff that I've
monetized.
seen on YouTube lately, I really wonder if we'd get canceled.
No, you would.
'Cause I can only watch him when I'm in a certain mindset or with the right people. LOL. He's talking about Sven. OMG. It's bazonkers. Oh, babbling baby. There we are.
Bazonkers. It's
Bazonkers.
bazonkers.
We got a new baby. I don't know if you were here last week to see that,
yeah.
Sarah, but we've got a new baby to say hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
That's terrible.
Oh dear. Parenting 101.
There you are. I thought it was funny. Anyway.
I think everybody here definitely enjoyed the humor of that.
Par says currently watching all of Doctor Who on season 7, episode 12. Only 53 some odd seasons to go. You're still in the classic stuff then. There you are.
Yep, still in the good stuff.
Yeah. Probably Roland and Tom Baker, I would believe. Right about
Season
in that.
3? Yeah, that was he 3 or 4? He's 3, right?
4?
4. Tom
No, he's
Baker's
4.
4.
Yes, 4.
And swearing baby, LMAO. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Odd. Yep. That's the mood I'm in with these wee ones. Yeah. There are whole videos up there of babies swearing. That's hilarious. That's just a little snippet from you can find the full episode of The Fugitive here on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Full episodes.
Oh,
just like
that's a big
Blake
look.
7. You can find almost all the Blake 7s on YouTube too. So
Yeah.
A lesser known BBC
Okay.
2 series, I think, was The Survivors. Did you ever see that? After the post
no.
Post-apocalyptic.
yeah, and it's it was the BBC. It's like it was on a shoestring like Doctor Who and all that. But I thought it was pretty good.
I watched about 30 minutes of the Externauts on Netflix.
Oh.
That's kind of a after the apocalypse thing, and shut it off because it was so dark. It was just the TV was pretty much black through the whole thing. And I'm like, man, if I want to listen to a radio play, I'll go downstairs and work.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet.
It's as bad as the last Batman movie. It was like, why are you filming this so freaking dark for? Come on.
The Dark Knight.
I know you can hide stuff in the shadows easy, but wow.
They're probably hiding all the bad acting.
Yes, both babies. Those are my kiddos in spirit. Yeah. Some Al Williamson action. Yes, it's coming. It's coming. My mom would shoot me, but it would be worth it with the girl on the bike. Yeah. Star Wars today's folks. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. Oh, look at what I got in the mail yesterday. No advance warning or nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
I've not
A whole
got mine
box
yet.
of them.
well, you won't get yours till I
Oh.
get them. I haven't got my print copies yet, so I have not been able to send them out to anybody.
So, hey, I'm gonna blow this up so I can show this off. Some crazy artwork by some guy named Russ Leach here.
Some nut job.
Yeah, some nut job. Just oh my goodness. I didn't see that page before. So
What page?
it's like
Woohoo!
page with the feet in the grass. It's like
Look,
buddy.
it's an amazing case of hide the nipples.
Yeah,
oh yeah, it is too.
there are a couple of nipples got through.
Uh-oh.
All right
A couple
then.
of nipples got through.
Just
I
for your
support
viewing entertainment. Yeah. Oh, look
Free
at
the
that.
nipple.
Bit of action going on there.
Atlantean 2, folks. Really proud of the story. Had some help by Charles Santino.
Could you open that up for me
Very
again, so I can see how the center spines worked? It could still do with some more room, couldn't it?
Got a little close there, yeah.
Well, I already gave it loads of room,
Wow.
so it could
that-
do with
it's
some
that
more
square
next time
binding.
round. Yeah,
That square binding goes in and pinches that.
but it's
still
only
see
50
it.
pages though.
Yeah, even still. It still pinches
Was
it pretty
binding
good.
that tight is only 50 pages? That's a little bit weird.
It turned out nice though.
Yeah, it's still a bit close for 50 page, considering I did give it plenty of. I gave it sort of another 50% on the on the spine side. So, woohoo! Check that out. Spread. Yeah, nice.
Lovely.
That was great, Russ.
They could be in a little
Rawr.
trouble.
They could be if they
Could
weren't Cull and Brawl.
Yeah. Glad you're here, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button when you can. Like I said, I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my stuff Amazon, Barnes & Noble. We're going to have an Arrow comic store up on fundmycomic.com. I swear we are. Just as soon as I get some time to put it up there. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. Glad I made it today. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I write books like this one about Jack Kirby, my visit to see him in his house in California in 1988 and 1991. Lots of photographs of me with Jack in this, lots and lots, 40-odd pictures in there. And there's also a film, a documentary I made. You can get that via me, but you can get that on Amazon and New Haven Press, or publishing, whichever one it is. Go to Fund My Comic and you can see my character Hatch, this annotated book, which details the character. Lots of published and unpublished artwork in it. And I haven't got one to hand, but I publish a magazine called Comics Unlimited every now and again, which is a 100-page magazine featuring interviews and articles. And both Randy and Russ have been in there, so check it out on Amazon.
There you are.
Totally unprepared today, chaps, as normal, but there you go.
HR says, I bought a Star Wars Al Williamson comic recolored. Horrible done. Can't look at it. Some colorists don't know how to color canon work. Yep, you got that right, HR. Marvy says, what? I want my copy. Who do I have to slay to get it sooner than the last one? Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures will be in my hands next month through a Portuguese publisher. Oh, excellent. Did you know about that? You have a Portuguese publisher?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Oh.
I need to know more about that.
I think
you do, yeah.
That might be a surprise.
Nobody asked me.
Glenn.
Sarah.
Also joining us this morning, Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Russ Leach. I am the artist on The Atlantean, as well as some other stuff that you may or may not have heard of. You can find out more about that, The Atlantean, what's going on over at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list. It's growing every day. It's great. Sign up for that email list. You can also find me on X and on Instagram. Go check me out there. And obviously there's a Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. I'm nearly at 1,000. It's really good. So anyway, go to russleach.com. All the links are there. You can see my artwork there as well. And you can sign up for the email list there. russleach.com.
There we are. Also, Allison the Alley Cat's with us today. Allison, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison the Alley Cat. I'm on most of the social media stuff myself. Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook. Not on MySpace. I don't know who is.
We're all still on MySpace. We just don't go there.
Fair. Listen, but please follow me on YouTube and Twitch because I can always use more followers. I draw comics and other such things and talk with these fine gentlemen on the weekends. At least I try to. If I'm not asleep.
All right. Like I said, Star Wars today, the great Russ Cochran reprints, limited to 2,500 copies, of which we have copy number 1,174, I believe it is. Yes, 1,174. Right there, right next to Mr. Williamson's and Archie Goodwin's signature. The signature here by George Lucas isn't real. So, just so you know. Wished it was. It's not. Looks like it could be, though. Look at that. Anyway. All right. Russ did this, collected the set back in 91. Released it in a beautiful slipcase. Fantastic. Archie Goodwin writing, Al Williamson artwork. After picking up the strip from Russ Manning. And I think Alfredo Alcala had it for a little while, a week or two at least, for a little bit. And then Al was on it for like 3 years, I believe. Doing some great stuff. Here we are. Sunday pages take over a full page of the reprint volume, and then the dailies here, 3 pages or 3 days at a time. Reprinted in black and white, so you don't have to deal with that ugly coloring.
Yep.
Yeah, the only way.
HR. Yeah, look at that.
Kind of wish the Sundays were in color, but you know, I would prefer them in the original color. But yeah.
They're beautiful, just like this. Just
No,
fantastic.
no, trust me, I do love it. I just
Oh, yeah.
think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It'd be good if Marie Severin coloured it.
There you go.
Yeah.
She did color this piece here, though.
Yeah.
They had her color that and the back piece as well.
I love that it's the way that she colours
Yeah.
is it's such a clever use of flat colour. It's always subtle and yet bright at the same time. It's very delicate and yet bold. She just manages to do it, and it's all down to colour choice. It's all down to she's just so clever.
And she had so much practice on it.
Yeah,
doing it. She's absolutely one of the best, if not the best. HR says, yes, colors ain't needed on Al. Almost said AI again. Colors ain't needed on Al. Beautiful snakeage here. Flying dragon snakes.
Snakeage.
Snakeage.
Knuckage.
Is that where we left off? I thought we left off at the start of a story.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember this stuff.
No,
No, I don't remember that at all.
maybe it was farther back then.
Somebody in there changing your bookmarks?
Maybe little gremlins working at
I remember that girl. Yeah.
know
We
we
talked
covered
about her
this.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not, it's
No,
not
yeah.
too far away.
Yeah, it's not far, no. Quick recap for everyone.
Yeah, just going through it real fast. You missed last week's episode. You missed 20
No,
minutes.
with this one, I
of,
don't remember seeing Luke.
You missed 20 minutes of StreamYard confusion. There at the
Oh,
start of the
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. I think that was some of our best work, guys.
No confusion today, thank goodness.
Oh, no, we're confused.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well that's
That's a given.
a given. Look at that. Yoda. That's awesome.
Yes.
I'm looking for I know we stopped at a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I think we went through this. Yeah, I seem to remember that. That looked a lot like Russ Manning to me. Moving on. Maybe that was where we left off. Right here. It's where we left off. The Serpent Masters. It's Tanith's ship right there. Tanith Shire.
Did you say this series is set between Star Wars and Empire?
Yeah, New Hope and Empire. Yep. They needed a place to put it.
Yeah, it's 3 years in between that time frame, so it kind of works.
Did the novels have any relevance? Because they did 3 novels, didn't they, in between the films?
They did quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
novels.
they did.
Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Splinter of the Mind's Eye is the first one, and that was done between Star Wars and Empire.
That was Alan Dean Foster too, and he threw that together real fast to capitalize on the big Star Wars craze that was going on at the time. Yeah, still a decent novel. That
was a interesting book. It's also one of the first places where the word Kyber was used for the Kyber crystals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, spelled completely differently, but you know.
Mhm. Well, I remember the first paperback edition of Star Wars, the novelization coming out. It was still had the quote from the Journal of the Wills on the inside of it.
Yep. Well, that was the original title of the movie, was the Journal of the Wills,
Yeah.
and then it became the Star Wars.
It says Foster wrote the follow-up novel Splinter in the Mind's Eye, 1978, written with the intention of being adapted as a low-budget sequel to Star Wars if the film was unsuccessful. So, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a little iffy of that part, but because the direction, contrary to popular belief, there was no plans for after Star Wars.
I'm only telling you what it said there.
Yeah.
Well, I think, like I said, they threw it together real quickly in order to capitalize on the big Star Wars craze because everybody was buying anything Star Wars.
Yeah. No, they definitely did that.
So I had completely forgot the first set of action figures that Kenner did. They didn't have them out in time for Christmas, so they actually sold you a card that said that the action figure was coming.
Doesn't sound like a scam at all.
It was like the original, like 12 figures or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's back when everybody was Star Wars crazy. I've said that before. That's how I found 2000 AD. I was reading up on anything Star Wars between Empire and Return of the Jedi. I ran across a Fantastic Films magazine that had an article about 2000 AD in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Had to track it. Had to track
There
him
you
down.
go. Cross-selling.
Yeah. And that same magazine, they pitched the idea that Boba Fett was actually Luke's mom.
Was he? Oh,
Oh, God.
what can I say?
Dear God.
Yeah, I can't even.
And this was pre-internet, obviously. It's the 70s, late 70s. So we were early, maybe 80, 81. So we were digging up any scrap of information on Star Wars we could find, printed a magazine, or just any type of hint that we could find about stuff coming up. So we were reading all the trade papers and looking at Starlog was running hot back then, and Fantastic Films,
Starlog,
and Cinefex. Yeah, big time. Big time. It's great stuff here. Look at that Millennium Falcon. It's another great daily here.
Al Williamson clearly went to the Jack Kirby school of drawing too many planets floating around, causing havoc.
Everybody else's universe is crowded except ours. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. We mentioned last week about the foliage that he draws and the little creatures, and there's a little creature there on the left-hand page at the bottom panel, started by the crash, you know.
And mushrooms.
And it's great.
Mushrooms.
Yes.
Magic mushrooms. Force imbued mushrooms.
Spotted mushrooms, yeah.
I mean, that is such a lovely panel. That one whole long panel at the bottom left there with his crashing, and the space, the negative space being used.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Archie probably spent a whole 15 minutes on that, writing that script. And then Al spent the day, at least the day, drawing the whole thing.
Yeah. It crashes. Okay.
And they're covered with foam, so it's the first recorded foam party in comics. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
Exactly.
Having a phone party with the droids.
Marvi says Bertrand gets books outside of Portugal from other publishers. I've got a few lately from France. No shipping or fees from outside the EU, but I wait almost 2 months. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some shipping rates reduced here soon. Al's Star Wars work is top. How many years was he working on it? I believe it was three solid
3
years. Had a couple of big assistants. His son was helping for a while, and then he finds Carlos Garzon, who does backgrounds there for, I think, the last couple years of the strip. Marvy says, I get comics in English, French, or Spanish if they are from those countries. I only get translated in Portuguese from Portugal, not Brazil, if they are way more expensive than the originals. PBR says, take a shot for each mushroom spotted per page. Hiccup.
You watch now. You watch
very quickly.
Yeah, you watch. There won't be any now for that 10 pages.
Yeah.
Well, we'll completely obliterate your Mother's Day. That's for sure.
Like, look at that.
Early in the morning.
Mom, I can use the Force.
I took a shot for every mushroom I've seen. Yeah.
Use the fork. Look at that. Look at that the top panel and the shadow on his arm. It's lovely. The spot black in there.
Yeah.
No, on the far left.
Oh, here.
There you go. Yeah,
right there. That is fantastic.
Very nice.
Leia, why'd you change your hair? But I'm not Leia.
Ooh, look at that. Wow.
She got hungry and had the cinnamon buns for breakfast.
Yeah, probably.
Again, that passing likeness for Harrison Ford on the right there. It's like it doesn't really look like him, but it's got the essence of him. It's really clever.
Got the swagger.
Yeah. It's clever.
It's a very, very famous pose, though.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It's got the essence
New Hope.
of him, but he's on the clock. He's not, he's not thinking, I've got to do a portrait here. It's like, it's a comic book representation that's close enough that you know who it is and who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, if you were shown that, you'd know who it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, straight away. And that's what matters. That's what counts.
Yep.
I love that the two, like, the full panel ones, the one at the top that looks a little phallic, but I kind of like how the shading is on it. Yeah. And then the one with the TIE fighters coming in on the Falcon are great.
Yeah, you can hear the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in your
you
head.
do. You can hear the scream of them going by.
Yep.
Heck, that silhouette one was great too.
Vince Coletta's been on these two.
Yep, raised all the backgrounds.
Bless old Vinny.
A little bit of zip work, probably hitting deadline.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, strong light on this one. Let's get some shadows in.
We have seen this before because last week I mentioned the way that Chewie doesn't disappear into the black against Santa.
Yeah.
I mentioned that.
And
that's okay.
Shadowing. Yeah. Look at that bottom right corner, that your thumb's on now. It's just so cool.
You could have at least put some zipatone down there with Chewie. Be like, there, he vanished into the background. Instead of somebody just erasing the lower half.
He's got the smoke running back here. That's his excuse.
I probably still would have zipatoned it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, those are dailies. The other one's was in color, so the one on the right was in color.
Yeah.
So they could have done something a bit different with that one.
Again, Chewie's disappearing again.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's being swallowed.
Chewie's a bit of a perv.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just always watching.
He's missing his wives back home.
Oh, God. Yep, I know what they were saying with this. We need to give Luke a girlfriend.
Yeah. Stop that whole thing with his sister. Don't think about it.
Too late.
flying dragon there. Oh, nice.
Is that stormtrooper been jousting with his jouster at the bottom there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. His pole.
I'm gonna go with the jouster.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Great.
he's been jousting with his pole.
It's
a
Pike.
laser lance. Yeah.
Don't tell him, Pike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's a bizarre choice, isn't it?
It's a little bit.
And is he cold? He's got that. Oh, half got a cloak on. Is he not feeling too good?
He's just like, I feel like I want to be a Jedi. I have my lance and my cloak. There, done. In the original script, all the stormtroopers did have lightsabers.
Did they? Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was when it was called The Star Wars. Yeah, everybody fought with lightsabers in the earlier scripts. They actually took into account if they damaged the ship, it would decompress it and throw them all into space. So they were like, switch to your swords.
I knew someone who thought they were called life savers. But the same person thought the dog was a Doberman pincer.
Pincer. Okay.
Doberman.
And when she got divorced, she signed an Aphrodite.
Oh, there you are.
That's true. That's true, honest, yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know.
Say the weird thing.
Say the weird thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling bad for my gender. Oh,
Sounded like a script from the Beverly Hillbillies.
it probably was.
Wife's got a set of videos that she sends me of a Mexican dude doing the Mexican word of the day. That's what that reminds me of.
See that guy with the lance shooting the R2D2, whatever it is. Look at his legs. It's very Hollywood Martian legs,
Yeah.
especially on the next one over. You can see.
Hey,
He looks like that guy we saw the other day on the walking out the spaceship.
Just when you thought that we couldn't show you this picture again, here it is again.
Yeah.
With more mushroom.
Yeah.
with more ribbed boots.
Yeah, it definitely.
Put the mushroom in the right place.
Well, he's got like a rock in front of it. No, I don't know if
Oh,
this
yeah. Kick the rock out of the way here.
yeah.
You just blackened it in is what it is.
Yeah, that's
oh, that was supposed to be rock. Screw it. All right, there you go.
You know what we call that? Deadline looming.
It's a chunk of coal.
I think
Or
he.
the
I
Vinny
think,
technique.
yeah, I think he had another project in between this, because if he drew it straight away, he wouldn't have put that other rock there, would he?
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm just looking that he basically redrew the same panel twice.
Same position. Yeah.
It's gonna light box this thing and go to town.
No, pretty much the
It's
same.
different enough.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's different.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just poking fun, but that's. I mean, I love the piece.
Yeah, well, that's a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, the
This
big
year
one's a
it's Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's the daily.
So this is a little recap. It's
Daily.
just a little
Yeah.
recap, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Yep. It's like we said last week, the Sundays fit into continuity. Most of the strips wouldn't do that, but Star Wars does. Runs that recap
Rabbit
every
is
Sunday.
asking us to play Carl Orff's O Fortuna. O Fortuna.
Can you play Carl Orff's Orphan Tuna?
O Fortuna. It's in like every like epic movie soundtrack. They played it
Oh.
in Excalibur and stuff when they're
Okay,
charging near the beginning of it.
Yeah.
You've heard it, trust me.
I'm sure. Yeah. Written in
So we talk about-
1935, he says.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tuna.
Probably all the recordings of it are copywritten, though. So
Yep.
we'd probably get our wrist slapped by YouTube if they found it, or the copyright holder ran across it. Whichever symphony was recording it. Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Alec Guinness there. Nice snakies. Oh yeah. So we talked about that too, because we were talking about that looking like Hal Foster.
Yeah, it does look like
Yeah.
Hal Foster.
I like that.
Yeah.
On the first page, the bottom panel with the snakes going down, they really look like they're moving down there, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great. Really good.
Get that feel. Then he knocked everything back with a zip screen over top it on the daily.
There's the snakes going to light speed.
That must have been fun for the apprentice.
Oh yeah.
It's
Had one.
Put a 20 dot screen back there. Drop them all back. Okay.
That's Padawan.
Had one.
Padawan. Yeah, it's not apprentice.
Padawan. It's not
Padawan
apprentice.
learner.
It's Padawan. It's
Padawan.
a Padawan Inca.
Padawan inker. Yes. Padawan background guy.
Just dress him to look Arabian. That's alien enough.
Tyron just needs a T on the end of his name, doesn't he? Tyrant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just popped in from the Conan strip on the next page.
Basically.
Here.
Well, with all the
they
snakes
got
and all that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like a Stygian or something, so
Mm-hmm. This looks like you've saved me again.
This Tanith woman, she sort of just stands around, doesn't she? She hasn't moved yet.
Well, she saved Luke twice, probably just by looking at him.
Well, I must have missed what she did, but she just seems to be standing around.
Yeah.
You didn't see what she was doing in the foam bath.
yeah, I have
There
I
we go.
definitely have thoughts. So. I definitely have thoughts. Definitely thoughts. Whether or not those thoughts are appropriate,
Never.
nope.
Well, you know what we say around here.
Say the weird thing.
There we go.
I think she's there to save Luke from his virginity.
Could be.
The gray tones are great. I agree with Marvy. I love when they have the header pieces for it on the Sundays when they show the whole thing. The Vader one with the TIE fighter is great.
Yeah, they had the Sundays that they couldn't do that with because of the formatting. They threw them all in the back of the book.
Yeah, I love those too. Those are just great. Just
Look at those
looking
when
at
we get
those.
to them.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have seen these pages because they're Scotty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Scotty's is back.
Maybe that bookmark was right after all.
No, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that Obi-Wan Kenobi drawing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely Alec Guinness. That thin line work. Look at this. That's nice. Bespin. Look at that. It's crazy. That kind of looks like the laser gun from Flash Gordon.
Yeah, it's got he does sort of kind of 50s and 60s technology, doesn't he? When he's not doing Star Cruisers or whatever they're called, when he's doing his own.
Yep.
Very practical looking though.
Yeah, they're good. See again, that first page, second panel really looks like he's walking against that water, doesn't it? When he's walking away from us, yeah.
Yeah.
You can sort of see his legs. You know, we all know how difficult it is to walk in the sea or the swimming pool. You know, he really is moving there, and then he swims. That's great. He's just going in and getting further in, and he swims. It's great. That's really good. Really good drawing.
I like the zipatone he used on the on his shirt that he's wearing there. That
Yeah.
it's like a perfect contrast with it.
Yeah.
A nice shot of him in bottom left getting out of the water as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All line work back here.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Or is it? Is that a screen?
Looks like a screen.
No, but I think he laid it all in because there's different
Wow.
patterns to it. As you go in, you can see that.
I can kind of see it, but yeah, it's a little hard.
Oh yeah,
that's all.
yes. Yeah, it's all pen. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
That is great.
You must have had spare 10 minutes.
That's what assistants are for. Padawans.
Yeah.
Padawan inker.
Yeah. Sure. This must have been Al telling Archie, I want to draw some flying dragons. Write some flying dragons in there. Okay.
There's this guy I heard about. Seems Quixocoatl. I want to do him.
Yeah.
And we'll have this Arab guy controlling them all. No, it's not too stereotyped.
Killer says, "Arg." Got a killer rabbit for his picture there. So I love those gray tones. Marvy says, "Yeah, we love
I
them
completely
too."
agree with Marvy.
It's a whole missed art. I'm telling you.
Zipatone like screen tone. Yes, Zipatone
Yeah.
is. I think that's a brand name.
Yeah, it is. Zipatone is
But yeah, it's screen tone.
screen tones.
I used to use Letratone.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Letratone.
Yeah, same thing.
Sheet of the stuff.
Like mangaka usually mangaka you use deleter screen tones a lot of the time. They're all the same. Different brands.
I can see a sheet of Letratone on my desk 40 years ago next to a pot of cow gum.
Gal Gilm. Love it.
Rubber
you
And then wax.
Yeah, wax and spray mount.
Oh, okay. All right.
rubber cement because you could wipe it all
Yeah.
the little.
Yeah, rubber cement. I think that's what we call cow gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem is it dried up. So I've got original art now with all the word balloons falling off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know what you mean?
Yeah, that's annoying.
I've seen Don Lawrence originals from Trigon Empire with the word balloons that have fallen off with a big yellow square that somebody just actually applied directly on the artwork.
Mm.
But it was throwaway then, wasn't it?
That's the way they
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at it. Yeah.
I love the Luke and the girl there in that last panel. The way he's just like, "Yep, I just
Yeah.
swam through all that."
It's great.
Oh, they have like a pumping station or something with that.
Yeah.
That's
What that looks like. Yeah. So it's Tyran, obviously.
We got the stormtrooper holding his lance again. Yep.
Yep.
PPR. Yeah, it sure looks like Al had a Sherman's snakes. He must really like to draw them.
I know
Yep.
why this girl's been introduced, because if she wasn't there, there'd be a lot of thought balloons on this strip.
Mm.
Yeah, probably.
Luke would have had to have talked to somebody.
That's what
Also,
I mean.
you need extra
Yeah,
people to
platform.
kill off, don't you?
That's
Yep.
true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're
that
gonna
should-
if you're gonna add some drama, you need to have some real stakes. And
If
if you
it were-
can't kill off the main characters because they're in the films, then
Yeah.
you've got to come up with somebody else to. knife.
If this was in colour, her jumper would be red.
Yes.
He's climbing that wall using his lightsaber.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Has he only got one hand, or is he using it? Trouble is, if he puts it in as a pin, it's just going to make everything molten around it, and he's going to slip all the way down.
I was gonna say he's just
Like
gonna
he's
get
got a
hurt.
knife in a sail on a pirate ship. He's just going to slip all the way down.
It's literally a hot knife entering butter.
Yeah. I can't make it up there.
The lightsaber, 10th weapon of the Jedi Knights, almost forgotten in an age of blasters and consequently overlooked. But using it to cut handholds, I may be able to climb to where the droids are stored if the Force is with me.
While I wait half an hour for the molten rock to cool.
Yeah.
He should have, in the Empire when that monster whacks him and he ends up hanging upside down in its ice
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And he tries to get his lightsaber by using the Force, and it just moves a bit.
Yeah.
Well, he should have thought himself up the rock. Like
Yeah, he
levitated.
could have levitated. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that how they I suppose it's all for dramatic purpose, isn't it? So like even in the prequels, they had them jumping like long way, quite a way down.
Yeah.
And they had them levitating things, but they never levitated themselves.
No.
No, we didn't get that to the sequel trilogy when we had Leopold and Mary Poppins in the last.
Yeah, no, I'm not, that shit doesn't count. I'm never watching that stuff.
And when you think about it, even Daleks levitated themselves.
Eventually, yeah,
Eventually,
they evolved. They evolved.
Once they had to climb stairs. Yeah,
that was brilliant. That was brilliant. That episode wasn't it?
That was great.
And
Don't worry, they can't get down the stairs.
Yeah, and it just lifted itself up.
Which is kind of what you'd expect from an advanced, a life form that can, start, go around the galaxy and stuff.
Yeah.
At the very least, they would have built robotic feet.
Yes.
Yeah, it sure seems Al had a shroom and snakes. Must have really liked to draw them. Yeah.
They had a mega trip that he needed to work out.
He had a mega deadline he had to work out. Wow.
That's shady.
Is that Slim Shady?
No, not too slim.
Please
Again,
stand
this
up.
is all done by hand. Line work back there. Same here.
That's great.
Zipper tone here, though.
Look at that bottom panel. God.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
beautiful clothes, the folds in the clothes, and then the gun, and just wow. No, we're on the right there. He's in the dark, and there's a negative space for the floor and the lightsaber. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Al's coming off of a long run on Secret Agent X9, which is a very domestic secret agent strip. So the change must have been interesting for him.
That probably puts it mildly.
Yeah.
Must be nice to be always working, especially on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially on this comic strip, if they paid like the Syndicate did, that was really good money. Really
Yeah, I mean that's the trick. We can all just work.
Yeah.
It's getting paid healthily for it. It's
literally the job of a lifetime. So
It's getting paid a living wage. Who would have thought the use of that?
now, plus it was Star Wars, and if it was in thousands of newspapers, the way the Syndicate worked is he would have gotten half.
Yeah,
Any
he'd
money
have got
that they
quite a
collected.
bit. Yeah.
Him and Archie both would have made out real well.
Did we establish last week who the letterer was?
Yeah, we did. And I
Yeah.
can't remember the guy's name. Ray West, I think. Archie, I think, mentions it in closing. Ed King
Ed King.
was the
Really
letterer
good.
on this.
It's really good.
He's probably one of those unsung heroes. Guy probably lettered all sorts of stuff over the years, and nobody knows his name. Very professional.
But it doesn't hurt your eye, does it?
No. Even at this point, you had to be careful with your dialogue and keep it to a very bare minimum.
Yeah.
So I was reading through an old comic strip there where the guy got pretty wordy and his hand lettering was thin, but there were times that the lettering took over 3/4 of the panel.
Ugh.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
Old Western daily comic humor strip called Tumbleweeds. It's a lot of fun. Very, it's really a strip you would never see out now because it had every Western stereotype in it that you could imagine. It's still really funny. C-3PO. Look at that. It's nice.
Do you know, I really don't like it when they when the balloons or the captions aren't in the artwork.
Yeah.
At the bottom right, the way the line is not there. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Just my choice. I don't like that.
No, I agree with you.
It's a stylistic decision. Simonson does that a lot with his work. His Thors and Star Slammers were really like that. Just about everything was crowded up to the panel border, and then the line was wiped out. Here, sometimes it's in the border, sometimes it's not here.
I think it separates the artwork from it too much for me.
Lettering, yeah.
The way the border isn't finished, not the lettering. The way the border isn't finished.
Yeah.
Because when you see like at the bottom right, where you just showed there, the bottom right, when it works because it's within the panel. I know what they're doing, but I just don't. I wouldn't do it. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Oh, that's a good opening panel, isn't it? Look at that.
That's just a great page. This whole
Yeah,
thing is
that's
just
fantastic.
amazing.
I've not got there yet. I'm just looking at that first panel.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Crikey. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Oh,
Gorgeous.
There's a master at work.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Down to everything, just crafting the
Yeah.
ship, the composition, to spotting the blacks, just everything on this open panel here works, I think.
Yep.
Gives it enough empty space here. Let's put our signature right in the center of the strip so everybody will see it. It's good.
First panel on the right page. Yeah, I like that. You got the Quetzalcoatl thing flying out or something, and that looks cool. Actually, I like the whole mountainous thing where they're riding the flying snakes.
Yeah.
I think Jim Cameron was looking at this when he was doing Avatar
I'm
Probably.
sure.
with that flying creature thing.
If not consciously, then subconsciously. Absolutely. You know, he
Yeah,
read
he
all
doesn't-
this stuff.
He doesn't seem to have any problem with stealing. So.
Yeah.
What, you mean Last of the Mohicans with Smurfs?
No, he's doesn't seem to be that bothered about AI, does he? Yeah, I think he'd quite happily lose all the creatives and.
Did he? I heard. I've seen Avatar,
Mhm.
and I heard that he wasn't doing the sequels yet because the effects weren't good enough. But he's done 2. Is that right? Avatar 2,
He's done
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Two's
He's
out.
in the way of water.
and he's working on 3. Is that right?
3 and 4 at the same time is what I understand.
Right.
Yeah, and I think there's supposed to be 5 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I enjoy them because they're pretty.
I enjoyed the first one.
The first one I liked a lot.
It was too long.
Yep, I agree with that.
And so when it came to the second one, I kind of went, I don't know that I can do that. I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
It's
I only
too
saw it
long.
once. That's not
I have-
it was worth it.
I have a short
Attention span.
attention span. Yeah, that's why I like 80s movies because they're all just like 90 minutes long, aren't they?
Yeah,
You don't get these
during the
2.5, 3 hour movies. It's like,
Epic.
I really enjoyed all the Lord of the Rings films because, in some ways, because they're long. Do you know what I mean? They do justice as well as they can to the descriptive talents of Tolkien.
Yeah.
And so there's something to be said now. I mean, Tolkien's descriptions is another character in his books.
Oh, yeah.
So there is something specific about that. But other than that, I find it really difficult to sit down and watch a 3 hour, 2 hour, 2.5 hour film. It's like, really get to the point, get the aliens, get the guns out, and let's have a fight. Other than that, get lost.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't mind them.
I think
I know I'm very shallow.
I'm going to say I think that says more about you than
Yeah,
the filmmaker.
yeah. I think it does. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
To me, it depends on the movie. Like if I'm gonna sit down and watch Heat, it's 3 hours I'm setting aside to watch Heat. So
Yeah, I think I'd probably pause it halfway through and watch the rest of it another day. I'm just it's not good.
Well, I'm staking out an entire day here in a couple of weeks while the wife is gone to sit through both Rebel Moons just to see what it's like.
Really? You
Yeah.
want to do that to yourself?
I've already attempted the director's cut twice, and I keep
Oh,
falling asleep.
I'm not interested at all.
I've
I
got-
watched.
A Star Wars knockoff.
I've got vodka in the house, so
Not enough.
let's sit there
Now,
and go through it.
Battle Beyond the Stars. There's a film you should be watching again.
That's completely different. That's not that the comparisons.
that
The only
film.
thing that you can compare between the two is that they take place in space.
Yeah, I
I
love
mean,
that film.
Oh no,
Memorize
I
space.
love that film too very much. So
I love it
everything-
because it's just so stupid and
it's got
goofy. Yeah,
Skipper Danning in it. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the main spaceship
Good
in
night,
Battle
John
Beyond the
Boy.
Stars looks like a flying vagina. So,
yeah,
With breasts. Yes.
yeah. And if you're gonna have one fly, then why
it's
not?
got, like the ovaries where the guns are and all that. And
Yeah.
It literally is.
And they use those ship designs in like another dozen movies.
Yeah. Space
After that,
Raiders. They
yeah.
use the same ship.
Oh, Space Raiders. There's a good one.
Yeah.
That Space Pirates as well. Was that in 3D? It was
Ice
hideous.
Pirates?
Space Pirates?
No,
Ice
it
Pirates?
was. I'm
Space
sure it
Pirates?
was Space Pirates. It was
Space
in
Pirates?
It was 3D. I remember going to the cinema to see it, and
Japanese.
I
the
remember
first
that.
the first shot they had, there was like a post-apocalyptic environment. They were zooming in, and it was just a twig on a tree, but it was poking out at you. It was like such a mediocre use of 3D technology. It was so crap.
The first scene in Space Raiders was the bug.
I don't think I've seen Space Raiders.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad, is it? Oh,
It's so much fun, but it's bad. It's a
It's
very
what?
bad movie.
Galaxina, same way.
Oh, I don't know that.
Dorothy Stratton.
Who's Dorothy Stratton?
Okay, you'll have to look up the film.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it unless you
No,
really
okay.
enjoy really bad B movies, because it's really bad.
Wasn't Dorothy Stratton that girl who got murdered?
Oh dear.
I think didn't she?
Playboy pinup
Yeah.
girl.
Sorry, just look at the rendering on C3 on R2. I know C3PO there.
Yeah, at the bottom.
God.
Yeah, looking
Yeah,
at
And
that.
then on Darth up at the top. There, God.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Do you know what's really clever about that Darth rendering? Is that obviously he's done this 2-up,
Yeah.
but it's actually perfect. It's perfect comic strip. It's really quite loose,
Yeah.
but because it's presented lower size and it's actually just fantastic.
I was gonna say when you get right up to it.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, and that's the best.
I'm
That's
not gonna
what.
do that with the camera.
Yeah.
You get right up to it.
Yeah.
It's just black blotches.
Yeah, and that's what makes the greatest.
He knows
Stuff.
where to put them.
Yeah,
You know, just
brilliant.
amazing.
Somebody ought to produce either a TV program or a book or both about how this particular strip came about and everything, and do it with all the other stuff. Showing pencils, showing people working. They probably can't do that because they don't have the footage. But do you understand what I mean? And they should reproduce them at the full size, so we can see. But they're not going to do that, are they?
No,
think
it's only
there's
us that's interested.
Yeah. I don't think there's any artisan editions out like that. No. I'd love to see an artisan edition of the Flash Gordon adaptation. That
Oh,
would be
Yeah,
interesting
I would love to see that.
in black and white. That would be crazy good.
See, I often wonder. I don't have a lot of original artwork. I've let some go now, but I don't see how. I don't know. Well, I don't know whether this is true or not, but I get the impression that somebody somewhere owns all this artwork, and it's just be sitting in a drawer somewhere.
yeah,
So I imagine it's just an investment rather than an appreciation.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I'd say so.
I might be wrong about that, but I would just like to see some kind of book at it full size. And if it's 50 quid or 100 quid, I'm going to buy it. And I know people can't afford that, but I can. So let me have it.
I don't care about you lot.
I know this set was 125 back when it was out in the 90s.
Woo!
Wow.
That was back then.
That was one of those if you have to have it.
Yeah. Sometimes
can buy
just
it.
got to have it.
Like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I paid full price for this.
I just hope that Al Williamson's estate own this artwork.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I hope he got it back.
No
to
idea.
sell it.
I'm sure he did. A lot of at this point, a lot of them were shooting and sending stats to the syndicator and
Right.
keeping the originals at this point.
Yeah. The syndicates returned a lot of the pieces, so
Yeah.
pretty much think that was usually part of the agreement with the syndicates. You get all your artwork back.
Right.
I know comic books took them a while to catch up to that.
Well, we can always look on eBay real quick.
That's
and
true.
see if any of that stuff is for sale.
Oh, he's gone. The guy, he's fallen off the. If you look at the center strip there on the second page where he's falling, that city thing that he's in falling out from. It just way back when it first appeared, it reminded me of a electrical box on the wall with all the, you know what I mean, with all the wires coming from it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like a fuse box.
Yeah.
It's probably what he was thinking. I'm going to draw a city and make
He
it.
he probably just looked out the window and it was on the wall of next door's house,
Yeah.
Perfect.
So he just thought that's good.
Perfection.
He saw the phone knit out there, and he's like, "I'm just going to draw that, and that's become a city. I'll add some extra bumps."
Now, somebody cut the Sunday strips out of the newspaper, and they're offering them $4 a piece.
Just the printed version.
Yeah, just the colorized printed version. There's a ton of them up here.
Well,
I should have said original art here. Let me see.
got to give them their due. Then they're trying.
Well, it's the kind of thing that you would see at a heritage auction site anyway. I don't think that's the kind of thing that you eBay very often. Original art. Nope. There's an Al Williamson book that's beautiful. $49.95. I'm pretty sure I have that book too around here somewhere. I'm not seeing any. So nothing original.
Well, I just found Galaxina, and yep, it's everything you'd expect it to be.
Oh, it's a lot less than that. Believe me.
Yeah, I don't think this is something I'm watch.
They did that film because of Dorothy Stratton, and then
Oh,
she
yeah,
ended
I'm
up
pretty sure.
she ended up getting killed right before it came out. So that's where most of their sales came from, or box office. She plays an emotionless android
Yeah.
in it too. It's Star Wars Vader's Quest #2, page 13. No, that's Dave Gibbons, so that doesn't count. And though the price on that was $750.
That's not bad for Dave Gibbons.
Buy it now. Yeah. And 42 people are watching it, so they're going to pounce on it once it gets close.
You can buy my artwork for much cheaper than that.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on eBay.
Get you a deal on mine.
Adam Gorham. 24 Darth Vader original Star Wars art, free shipping. Please buy my art, $700. Yeah, nothing from Williamson though. Yeah, it's just been too long, I would imagine. All of that stuff's heritage. That's all auction material anyway.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It's like a Dune, one of the worms.
That's out of Empire right there. Yeah. Another one of them pages you just look at and go, wow, I'd like to get that one.
Oh God, look at that.
She's got her jodhpurs on.
Yeah.
That looks like the thing that came out of the asteroid. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
it is.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because it's the header. All right. Okay.
This is no cave.
Let's see, 3 people here. Or 2.
Yeah, the shine on 3PO's head is really good, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
The attention to detail by him is just amazing.
Especially for a daily strip. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, Marv says instead of Zipatones, I'll use pencils. Those sheets are expensive. They weren't expensive back when we were using them. They were pretty inexpensive stuff. So.
Everything was cheap back then.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
That's true. It was cheap compared to now. I mean, I had a hard time affording Zipatone when I was in high school, but I didn't have a job. So,
yeah.
I've still got some sheets of it left. I don't know whether it works or not.
I think I've got some floating around here too. Yeah. Yeah,
Is
about
still
40
sticky?
years old.
oh God.
Who knows if they're
I have some deleter tones around someplace, but not a lot.
I remember going to get them downtown Flint at Flint Architectural Supply. Was the name of the business. They had an entire wall of little thin boxes that were filled with Zipatone sheets. All sorts of different textures that you can imagine. Just crazy stuff. I think they were $1.25 a sheet back then, maybe a little more.
And the sheets weren't small.
No. They were about the size of a Lego pad. What is that? 8.5 by 13.
Yeah, that sounds
I
right.
think. Yeah.
And you could get them bigger, and those are really expensive.
Yeah, you could.
That moon is great.
Another
Oh,
great
yeah.
symbol.
And the lighting on
The Star Destroyer.
the captain there.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah. Me too.
I love his
Nice
depictions
too.
of the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
All of them are great.
Yeah.
And he's got like the space cab flying in. I'm guessing that's her ship.
Where are we looking?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think that's just a transport ship. Her ship crashed on that planet, had the little tanks
Oh,
underneath it. Yeah.
For me,
The one
the best. Sorry,
the one
Mike, go ahead.
The one that looked like the vibrator with little tanks on the bottom of it.
Yep. That was the one.
You were saying, Glenn?
Yeah, I was going to say this spread, this two-page spread that we've got here, for me, the best rendering is the first page last of the battleship thing, Destroyer, Star Destroyer.
Yeah, I love that.
That
Yeah,
is
The way,
amazing.
the way it's coming, I'm presuming that must be some kind of star behind it.
yeah.
The way
Yeah.
it's coming out, the way it's in orbit around that, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the angle on it with that.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it looks more imposing.
Yeah, is she crying? Has she got? She's crying, isn't she? Yeah, she's got tears. It's either that, or
Crying.
either that, or it's
Yeah,
a scar.
It stretches out. It's smaller and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she thinks she's Marlon Brando in that film where his scar moves.
Yep, that's true.
It's got to be a reflection line.
It's a tear, isn't it?
It's a easy hop, even for this old clunker. When Han Solo arrives to pick up your princess, you'll be with her. Fabulous reunion. Everybody. Oh yeah, I guess it is a tear. Everybody happy except for her. Yeah. She's
She'll be away from Luke.
Heartbroken. Since the rebel uprising, neutrality is an act of insolence.
That guy. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. That guy there, the second page, last panel. That one. He looks like one of the early commanders, doesn't he?
He does.
I think he got strangled in the first one.
Yeah, he looks Admiral
He
Petty.
looks
Was
like
it
the guy
Petey or something?
He
Yeah.
just lifts him up and
Apologies.
while he's talking to everybody.
And then he promotes the other guy next
Yeah,
to him.
that's right, yeah.
That
That's
was
really
so
good.
good.
And he does a big gulp, doesn't he, that
Yeah.
guy? Because he knows he's going
Yeah.
to be dead in the next 10 minutes.
Didn't he do that in Empire? I think he did that in
Was it-
Empire.
Yeah,
was it-
Empire,
Yeah, in charge,
Well,
yeah.
they might be showing the guy then because this is
Yeah.
before Empire, isn't
Before
it?
he was dead, yeah.
So
Well,
he
it's gonna
ain't gonna
happen,
last long. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Look at that first page censor strip, last panel. He's got a mushroom head. That
Oh,
guy.
yeah. He does have this thing for mushrooms.
He certainly does. Yeah, that last page there, that second panel with the rear end of the battleship is fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. I wonder if he got a model of it or something.
I think he'd be sent
Oh, yeah.
photographic reference.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, he must have to be able to get the toys as well.
All sorts of reference sheets, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the toys. Yep.
I told you about Frank Bellamy, didn't I? When he was doing Thunderbirds, he got all sorts of production photographs and papier-mâché, not papier-mâché, what do you call it?
Production.
I can't remember. He got the heads.
Yeah.
He sent in the actual heads of the puppets of Scott Tracy and that. Not the ones you see on screen, but the working ones, the production ones.
It's a puppet.
cool.
Yeah.
Nothing matches those models toys that Corgi did. Those hard metal Corgi toys,
Yeah.
just indestructible. I still got them. Just indestructible.
Not papier-mâché, plaster of Paris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Made from molds, and they sent him those for reference. Wonder where they are now. He probably threw them out when he came off the strip, didn't he?
Yeah.
Probably.
I did see an English version of Antiques Roadshow where somebody had a Penelope doll. in
a
a
doll
tube.
or the marionette?
One of the actual
Oh, wow.
marionettes in a tube, and the appraiser was literally drooling over it and just marveling at it and pointing everything out, and he put a price tag on it of £10,000.
Oh,
Damn.
£10,000.
This was an old show too, an old Antiques Roadshow. But he had it in a beautiful, like it was either glass or plastic tube. Just a fantastic display.
I wonder if Cliff Richard, the singer, got his marionette from when he was in the film.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
That'd be really neat.
That would be my question to him.
What?
Yeah.
What? There was a film of Thunderbirds, was there?
There were two films. Yeah.
Before the crap one.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Nobody talks about the crap one.
So they were like made for TV movies.
No. They were proper feature films.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thunderbirds Are Go and Thunderbird 6 were the titles.
And Cliff Richard was in it.
Yeah, had his band. Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's brilliant.
Well, it's kind of like do you know the scene with Dan Aykroyd and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Which one's that? No.
It's the second Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
It has Dan Aykroyd in it for one scene. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one with the short rounding?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Is it when he's eating?
Nope. But you're close. Actually, it depends what part you would say. It's in the beginning.
In the beginning. Okay.
I know the beginning opening.
Okay.
The opening number.
Yeah.
The girls there. It's the only time Kathleen Kennedy was in a movie. She was one of the girls that was dancing.
Yeah, she was one of the
Kate
dancers.
Capshaw. Yeah.
I think she was also the assistant producer on the movie.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Basic coffee fetcher. So.
Do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, they fetch tea too.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fair.
Made sure the catering was right.
They take notes so that they can ruin the films later.
Exactly. A little static here, a little kind of rushed look to it. Not to be complaining, but yeah.
The scene with Dan Aykroyd is when he's getting on the plane.
God, yes. Yes, you're right. Yeah, God, yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee
film. Yeah. So long since I've seen that film.
So much of those 80s films hold up. That's the thing. They're evergreen.
Yeah, Temple of Doom. I like Temple of Doom a lot. It's actually of the Indiana Jones film. I like them in the order they came out in, pretty much.
Yeah. It's pretty much the for me it's the weakest of the three. The second one is the weakest of the three, but
that's fine.
And like controversial, I actually like the Crystal Skull film. So there you go.
I like the premise of it and a few of the other things. There's two scenes in it I don't like.
Right.
One's the scene with the ants because they just look too fake. It's funny as hell, but it's just. And the scene when they purposely drive off the cliff because
that is a bit ridiculous, yes. But then it's a ridiculous film.
It's an accident that he happens to live through.
Yeah, but it's like, it's about alien skulls.
Yeah, well, that made sense for the time period too, because it's the 1950s and pulp had changed.
Yeah.
So that made perfect sense to me that they were going to do alien or interdimensional aliens with crystal skulls. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I hear the argument. It's like, this is just ridiculous. That's not Indiana Jones, right? So it's okay to have a telephone conversation with God, but it's not okay to have aliens. That's what you're saying to me, is it? That's your critique of the film, right? Okay.
I just remember the ending being horribly clunky. I think I've only watched it once.
Yeah. Again, it's like I think people You know, I mean, there's me saying I'm never going to watch that crappy Star Wars stuff again.
I didn't.
I think
I
people
didn't,
take stuff too seriously.
yeah, that's very
Yeah.
true too. I didn't hate it nearly as much as Rogue One. So
Really, you see,
That-
I watched that and I thought that was okay.
I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, it's all
I
right.
see where you'd have problems with it because it's not pulpy enough.
It didn't
No,
offend me.
I shook my head. So that's 2 hours I'm never getting back.
That's fair.
It's,
But everybody's entitled to their
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, they are.
it's sad when
Doesn't
you've
mean
got
it's
a when you've got a movie like that and you're channeling so much imagination in it and you're trying to introduce so many because they introduced a lot of interesting concepts and a lot of stuff that you hadn't seen before, which was excellent. And then the whole plot falls apart because it's written by committee and everybody in that writing room had zero military experience. And I'm not the most experienced military person at all, but I sat there and looked at that and just shook my head a couple of times and went, that's not how that would work.
I do really appreciate films when, even though, so for instance, it's a science fiction film or it's a fantasy film, but they get people involved with real world experience in situations.
That's the whole thing. Yes.
Yeah, just so that it makes it that much more,
Yeah.
believable. I mean, I know it's not believable. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it fits. You can work with it. So
had a lot of really great touches. Like we were talking earlier, there's a reference back to the Wills quite a bit, and there's just a lot of really smart things in there. But at the same time, the plot it's just it's terrible. You sit there and you go, no, that's I am the big empire. I am running the universe. I take all the scientific knowledge that I have and stick it on one planet and surround it by a force field.
Yeah, but many Boffins died in order for that information to get to us.
That's true. Yes, but anyway.
See,
and then when the bad guys look like they've got the top secret material, I just decide to blow the planet up.
Oh well.
Yeah,
With all of the information on it.
Well, they've got a backup somewhere.
That's not what they said. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
My issue with it is I don't need certain things explained to me. I don't need to see how they stole the Death Star plans.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need to see the Kessel Run for a Solo.
Yeah.
I just make new stories.
Yep.
And make them good.
Yeah,
introduce new characters. Yeah.
Really, we're all keen for new stuff, and all you do is just try and make the old stuff again. Bad.
Well, we were better off with the Marvel Comics adaptation. That the next story after they did Star Wars had a large 7-foot tall green bunny and a so-called Jedi warrior that called himself Obi-Don Quixote.
Yeah, Obi-Don Quixote. Yeah, that rabbit.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
That's still a better love story.
Mm-hmm. And Dark Horse reprinted that story later on to much fanfare because it was as bad as it was.
Oh yeah, it was goofy as hell. But it saved Marvel, so that's all that matters.
Did. Cal Sight, the lion in house. Greetings in there.
Hello.
Greetings there. Greetings. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Dan is one that gets them on the plane. Oh, There you go. Yep. On a good note, the first episodes of the Eternaut was pretty good. Really dark though. Really would have kept the time travel element, but an okay start. Wish. I
really wish. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I haven't watched it yet. I will eventually.
Like I said, I got 30 minutes in, got tired of looking at a black screen with hardly no little light here and there.
So I'm guessing you didn't like that big battle at the end Game of Thrones?
I didn't watch all of Game of Thrones. I watched it all up until the last season, and then
I haven't watched any Game of Thrones.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I was better off. Yeah.
The first few seasons were okay, but
I devoured the first book.
Oh, I read all the books. I love them, and I'm never getting any more.
You're done.
I accept the TV show as my ending.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just Lord of the Rings with tits, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Adult theme. Yeah. stuff. There's some things that he was talking about with the wall and all the characters being forced, all the fantasy characters pushed north.
Well, it was
That was
a
kind of interesting.
it was a response to Lord of the Rings, because Jon Snow is effectively his response to Aragorn.
Right.
And Aragorn is not a hero. No, I'm sorry, no. Jon Snow is not a hero.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something that the TV show kind of got wrong. So
I thought the concept was fascinating that they had gone an entire century without magic.
yeah,
And that it was just gone. It was history and the stuff of legends and all of this. And then suddenly a direwolf family pops up that, and
Yeah,
they
it
start
was
thinking,
below
yeah,
it was beyond the wall, and they're like,
Yeah.
all that stuff is beyond the wall.
well,
'cause
stuff
it's
of
like
legends, because
giant-
they hadn't seen anybody on the other side of the wall for decades too.
Well,
So,
they'd seen the
Nothing.
wildlings. Wildlings would come.
yeah,
That's nothing. We've gone almost 20 years now without any original entertainment.
Well, there's that.
that's true.
Nothing's original anymore.
Unless you talk about the bad parody reboots.
Like I said,
Yep. Pizza 33 in the house. Hello, Pizza. Hope you're doing
Pizza.
well, man.
I could use pizza.
pizza.
Everyone dies in Game of Thrones, LMAO. The intro was very cool, though. Each time they found another location, it was added to the map with
Yep.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, every episode told you where things would be set based on where the map went to.
All right. Okay. It's different.
Bottom right panel and the star and the rings of trash orbiting it. Awesome stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
The different shots of the Falcon over there are great too. You
Yeah.
get the rear view, you have it dodging the TIE fighters and things. That's really fun.
Mm.
A nice drawing of Peter Cushing here.
Yeah. Lovely.
Right, too. Nice. Thanks for getting us back on track.
Oh,
There.
Pizza asked who drew. This is all Al Williams.
Yeah, it's all Al Williams.
Yep.
Williamson. Al Williamson.
Yeah, Al Williamson. I think I wrote Williams in my thing. I meant Williamson. I'll correct it later. Kaiju, what are you up to? Yes, you little creep. Come here.
Sarah says, I have the books, but then found out there were 2 prequel books, so I haven't even read them yet.
I haven't
until
read
I
those.
have those. Yeah. Nice shade work, shadow work here.
Are you chewing? Yes, you are. You're chewing on my hairband.
Look at that. Because it's
Yeah,
too late
lots
to avoid meeting them. Yeah. Look at
Coming up to the end of a tightening the schedule again here. More spotting of the black, less
Yep.
detail.
More space scenes.
More
It's-
space, no stars.
looks nice in black and white. Back then, the majority of the comic strip daily strips were in black and white. They were printed
Yeah.
in black and white in the newspaper, and they were a lot smaller than what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
That's why the lettering is so large.
Yep.
They didn't add color until probably late 80s, early 90s. Into
Even then, the dailies were pretty much always black and white.
There we are.
Cheaper to print.
Yeah.
That dewback riding stormtrooper is really cool.
Oh yeah, but that whole page,
The whole
Yeah.
page is amazing.
more detail.
It is.
Stormtrooper steals it.
Yeah, it does. Does.
Love the hair.
Sarah says, so Allison, are the Game of Thrones novels even good without the 2 prequel ones?
I haven't read the prequel ones, so I'll say yes because I really enjoyed the novels.
Yeah.
I also read them as they were coming out, like starting in the 90s.
Hmm.
So, I mean, A Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, was it Storm of Crows, the third one? I forget. the order. But yeah,
I think you're
they're
right,
they're
yeah.
good. They're good reads, and they're written a little bit differently, because they're all written from perspectives of different characters. They're not like chapter one. It's no the first one's like Eddard Stark. It's like the first chapter, and it's told from his perspective. And just remember, none of the narrators are 100% reliable because they're giving you their impression of what's going on.
Right.
And I have to say, Arya is my favorite character.
Yeah. I could see that.
Followed closely by Tyrion.
Mm-hmm. Who had
I
a
think
lot
my
larger,
issue with
who had a larger scar in the book than he did in the
he
on
was
the
like
show.
lost most of his face in the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't want to keep doing that makeup job.
No.
He still has the best speech in the book. There are brave men at our door. Let's go kill them.
To the point.
I think the second book might have been my favorite.
I didn't get very far into the second book.
The Battle of the King's Landing was great.
With the
The show didn't do it justice.
dragon's breath, is that what they call it? Dragon's blood. Little globes that they had.
Oh,
Story.
Wildfire. Yeah, Greek
Wildfire.
fire, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it was much bigger in the
Books.
the scope of it was much bigger in the books because you got like what the barbarians were doing, and the whole thing that they had the fight on the bridge with Stannis's people, where they were like running with a flaming chain. It was really cool.
Great stuff. And she says they've been sitting on a shelf, the main ones. And
Yeah.
Sarah says, awesome. That's what I was wanting to know. Thanks so much, Allison. Oh, I love how you described it. Thanks. Sorry, I digress. Just rang a bell. Glad they're good as is. Yeah.
That's all fine.
She says, I have a Star Wars, what is that?
Free comic book day.
Free comic book day issue. Yeah. From the other week. We'll most likely pass it along to someone who might want it. Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not into Star Wars, you're not into Star Wars.
That's true.
I am into Star Wars. I'm just not into Disney Star Wars.
When I say I'm into Star Wars, I just love Star Wars. But I mean, if I'm really going to be honest, the only movies I really go back and watch are the originals. I mean, the original three.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I still have the original trilogy on VHS.
I have it on VHS and Laserdisc.
The theatrical.
Wow, Laserdisc.
There you go.
And I have a secondary Laserdisc player in case mine dies. So I have another one that plays my Laserdisc collection.
There you are.
I like that. I
I've
also
got
still
two-
have a VHS player in the box.
Yeah, I have two VHS players sitting down here in the basement, but I don't have anything to show them on because all the TVs are all hooked up differently now. You got to get a different connector.
Yeah, you got to get
phone and cabling.
what's it, RV or something.
Yeah, get a much older TV.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, you can get it connected. You can get a connector that will go into a HDMI cable.
Yeah,
Yeah, or if you have component cabling, you can do it that way too. A lot of HD TVs still have component inputs, so it only does up to 780p, I think. But with the VHS player, who cares?
Who cares? You only need 420 anyway, don't you? At best.
I think you can do 480i. It's
Right.
like the highest that a VHS player can do. Like a DVD player could do like 480p. That was like a big deal.
really miss the old Radio Shacks. Anyway,
I used to know more about that stuff when I worked for Verizon because I had a code for it. But
Now, with the free comic book day issue was meant for whether you guys or someone in the chat or in other channels might want it. It's not that it's cool too. Yeah. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. Mushroom count sitting at 11 shots. Way too much whiskey in the morning.
I'm fairly certain I'd be 6 sheets to the wind by now if that was the case. I'm a cheap date when it comes to alcohol.
Should make for some really interesting programming, though.
Oh, yeah. No, you think I'm funny now?
We should.
I think I'm really funny when I'm drunk.
Late night drunk kayfabe stream. Yeah, there we are.
I'm willing if you guys are.
Every time we see a mushroom, we take a shot.
I think the mole on that guy's face is going to count as a mushroom if I'm that drunk.
Molly, 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 molly.
Look at that. Nice work.
That's cool.
Is he sort of a proto Vader?
He's in a spacesuit.
Oh, I was just looking at his face.
He's got one of those little training balls flying near him or something too, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's a Judge Dredd cosplayer.
Probably.
Who looks like a cross between Harold Wilson and Richard Burton on the other page.
Harold Wilson.
Oh, that was something else that was different in the original script of the Star Wars. Was the when the
Wilson was in it.
On the ship, they the rebels are using those training balls as basically automated weapons that are flying around and shooting at them.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is not a mushroom. PBR, just so you know.
That's a
I don't
David
know.
Bowie track, isn't it? This
It looks kind of mushroomy to me.
Is it?
I have no idea what it is. I'm just saying.
Looks like a snake. Oh, it might be a big mushroom. There we are.
It's a big egg.
It's the guy. It's not a mushroom. It's that. It's the alien on Dark Star.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, that's probably what it is.
The classic pose.
Now, is that an explosion or is it just things orbiting a star?
It's a thing's junk pile orbiting a star.
Yeah, that's what I
Rings,
thought.
yeah.
So I kind of like the fact that they actually have people like out in space floating around and stuff. That's neat.
Yeah.
And oh, that shot of Han and Chewie at the top, that's perfect. Very iconic.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh. That might be that's an egg.
It's an egg. I said it was an egg.
Is it a snake?
Egg.
Egg.
Snake egg.
Snake egg.
Yeah, we'll
Flying,
go with-
Snake egg.
flying dragon snake egg. Yeah.
I think Archie Goodwin just finished reading Dune when he wrote this, and the guy's called Arrakis.
Hmm.
Mm.
You probably
He
will
is.
think, oh, that's a good name.
Is the guy in here called Arrakis?
Yeah. That's his name, Arrakis.
Oh, this guy?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Huh.
I didn't intend to wait carefully or cheerfully while the collapsed star we're circling sucks us into its center either. Yeah.
Oh, it's a black hole.
Which would be in about 20 million years, but we'll forgive him.
And if you have a weird time disruption like they did in Interstellar.
Time dilation?
Yeah.
Yeah, the closer you get to the speed of light, time slows down. Yay, special relativity.
Honor, you just fine, kid. My spacesuit absorbed the blast. Impact knocked out my intercom, though. Yeah.
Sandy Harry?
This here is a mushroom, by the way. Yeah,
Yep, that's definitely a mushroom.
definitely.
Maybe they're all mushrooms.
Actually, there's 3 there if you're taking proper shots. A little
There's
cluster.
3 there. There's another one just under the plant. Then we got the 2 giant mutant ones in the back.
We'll have you on the floor by the end of the show, and we don't have much longer to go.
Nope. Oh, Patrick Flattery. Yeah, George Lucas borrowed from Kirby's Fourth World as much as Frank Herbert. Yes, he did. He also took from Valerian and Lowerline.
What she said, that is.
And I mean, the original script was pretty much ripping off the Hidden Fortress. So
Take a look at the issue to see if it's something that could go to a kiddo getting therapy where I get therapy. There you go. Spreading comics to them. Got kiddo ones too. Yeah, there you are. That's a good thought.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Lucas borrowed ideas from Kirby's Fourth World as well as Frank Herbert. Yep.
He did.
Never would have happened, though, if King Features had given him the rights for Flash Gordon.
No.
So there you go.
There you are.
So it's King Features' fault.
Yep, it's all their fault. And I think Dino De Laurentiis had something to do with it, too, because he had the rights to Flash Gordon at the time.
Yeah.
That looks great. The explosion in the background, the Falcon getting away.
It's a single, one daily strip right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's like, I just want to fill in a lot of black with a big boom, and I'll stick the Falcon right here. But it looks good.
A little bit of zip-tone work here. Yeah.
Just think if that
Hydrate explosion.
it would have had a massive batoon on it, wouldn't it, in the comic book,
Probably.
Yeah.
hiding all the artwork.
Yep. Same here. It says we're doomed. I tell you, doomed.
We're doomed. Doomed.
And everybody knows it's 3PO talking.
Get into hyperspace.
Yeah, the hyperspace scene looks great.
Yeah, instantly recognizable as Star Wars hyperspace.
Yep.
PBR says, I just woke up my roommate and told him that he had to drink these shots of whiskey for my cause. There are too many mushrooms. He told me I was crazy and shouted for me to get out of his room. LMAO. There you go.
That sounds legit. Here, drink this whiskey for me. I can't finish it. I'll die.
Tell him happy Mother's Day, too.
Now, anybody who's going to go driving today after doing the mushroom shot treatment,
Please don't.
don't.
Yeah. These are the little fill-in panels that they dropped out. There's knowing that some newspapers would choose to run the Sunday Star Wars strip in a half-page format, while others would choose to run the Sunday page as a vertical tabloid. It was necessary for Al to draw his Sunday originals up so that the panels could be arranged to fit either format. This was accomplished by designating the panel in the upper right-hand corner of the horizontal Sunday page as a drop panel. That is, this panel was designed so that it could be dropped out of the tabloid format so that the reader could still follow the story. Since these volumes reprint the Sunday strips as vertical tabloids, these panels are dropped, and they are included here in this appendix for completeness. The date under each panel represents the Sunday page in which the panel would have appeared in the half-page format. After the first 10 weeks, Williamson stopped using the drop panel as part of the story and introduced on April 16th, 1981, the Star Wars scrapbook by including these panels as an appendix to each volume. You are seeing 100% of the artwork which Williamson did for Star Wars.
That's pretty cool.
So Chester Gould used to do a Crime Stoppers textbook panel that you could drop for his Sunday tabloids that had little crime prevention tips in it.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah. It's a tribute to Alex Raymond right there. Brushwork.
Did you know that on the 29th of March 1981, Princess Leia turned into Mary Jane Watson? She says, "Don't push it, handsome."
Much better than Face It, Tiger, you hit the jackpot.
Well, that was the next one, but that was too obvious, wasn't it? You couldn't get away with that one. Our Archie. The monkey, isn't he?
Star Wars scrapbook, Yoda the Jedi Master.
Yes.
Oh, there's that guy out of Mobius, little robot guy.
The probe droid.
Yeah.
Top left. He's in Along Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Snaggletooth.
Is he blue or red?
I don't know.
No, it's a thing from the action figure. I know one of them's like a rare one if it's blue or red or something.
Uh-huh. Governor Tarkin, Chewbacca, 200-year-old Wookiee.
Great drawing of Chewbacca, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The Death Star's upside down.
Well, it depends which way you approach it.
That's right.
The Death Star's upside down.
That's what Tarkin's saying.
He's like, somebody fix that.
Death Star wasn't upside down. It's the Star Destroyer that was upside down.
Exactly. We'll go with that. All right.
Yeah. Tusken Raider. Greedo. Late employer of Jabba the Hutt. Blockade Runner. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. I always found it funny that everybody's like, "Oh, Boba Fett's this great character, utterly amazing." Lucas chumped him in like the first few minutes of Return of the Jedi, pretty much.
So he resented the popularity he got. He wasn't a hero, and he was getting a hero's attention.
Yeah, I was not a fan of the Book of Boba Fett.
Dumped him down the Sarnak pit.
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
Yeah,
he was a bad boy.
I kept hoping that they'd show that he was actually Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks he's the one that escaped it all because he is a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. They actually made some Clone Wars episodes that poked fun at that. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best theory out there, that he's a Sith Lord.
He was completely behind everything.
Yeah, it was him. It was all him.
That's it.
That's it. We did it. We finished it.
Volume 1. Are we doing Volume 2 next week or going on to other stuff?
Oh, it's still in May. We could do it. I'm not going to complain about Star Wars. So,
what do you think, Glenn?
I wouldn't mind seeing some more, but I wouldn't mind seeing something else.
Well, we'll see. Well, we can do this again. Cover the second volume. There's 3 volumes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got loads of time.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff and lots of time.
PBR says, I'd like to thank you for making my Sunday morning and for getting me really, really drunk, not doing a damn thing for the rest of the day. There you go.
You're welcome.
We're here for you.
Yeah, it's all about the audience.
Well, PBR should remember, just keep on the boat.
Keep on the boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not get that? No?
No.
Don't you know what PBR Street Gang is?
Sorry, around here, PBR would stand for Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's a beer.
PBR Street Gang is the code call name on the boat in Apocalypse Now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I'm figuring that's where he's got it from.
Yeah.
So remember, stay on the boat.
PBRs have been really popular over here ever since Bud Light made a slip in their marketing.
Well, that was unusual for them to do that.
Aha.
There's a little local Milwaukee brand that everybody drank that in Blatt's beer.
This is now the beer of choice.
Well, PBR was just like Keystone. Anyway, that local cheap beers. I don't feel sorry for Lucas. He screwed his own.
Yeah, but he's feeling sorry for himself with £4.5 billion in the bank.
Yeah, I got no time.
$4 billion. Yeah, I think he's feeling all really sorry all the way to the bank.
It says, yeah, the movie's where I got the name. There you are. All right. Yeah. What can you do?
Imagine the house you live in, and to be really upsetting if you sold all that for $4.5 billion. You'd be really pissed off, wouldn't you?
The real travesty is his wife is from Chicago, and he wanted to put a museum up in Chicago of all of the memorabilia and have like a movie memorabilia museum, and the Chicago City Council shut him down.
Why?
I have no idea.
Oh, there was he was doing something out in Marin County too. He was trying to put something out there for like new filmmakers and things, and like all the local boards and all that voted it down. So he had Section 8 housing built in this very rich neighborhood.
Yeah, fair enough. Good on him.
Volume 2
like
next week. Big monster on the way.
I'm fine with that.
Rawr.
Rawr.
I love a monster.
Yes, it is, Marvy. This book is a beautiful love letter to Star Wars, especially the comic strips. Yep. That's why they did it. It's to preserve them on a beautiful white paper, and so folks, aficionados, can have a good record of them.
Looks a little bit Alan Davis, that cover.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Alan Davis looks like Al Williamson.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I do. I'm just making it. Yeah, I know what you meant. Everybody's influenced by this stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody. If not consciously, then subconsciously. More Star Wars next week, folks. We'll get to it. And then we'll move on to other great things. Want to get back up on Crime Does Not Pay here eventually.
That'd be good.
Always fun. Allison, tell folks how they can find you.
They can find me here on Sundays with these fine gentlemen. And I'm on most of the social media apps. Follow my YouTube, my Twitch, which is just my name, and my Twitch is alleycat_comics. So feel free to follow me there, hang out with me. I play music on Twitch because I can get around YouTube's copyrights when I draw. So yeah, feel free, follow me there, buy my stuff, hang out with these great people. I'm not awake. So that's good.
Okay. Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and X, but most importantly, you can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for that email list. All the other internet places that I turn up, and they're all there on russleach.com. I can show you a quick look at a page that's coming out for the Atlantean 3, if you like. It's on the board right now. Here you go. Oh, there you go. So that's the pencils going on right now. That gets pumped out, and then I do standard traditional inks on this stuff. There's a nice. There you go.
I thought you weren't drawing any horses. I thought you'd given up.
I've got loads of horses in this. There's loads of horses right up front. Horses, more horses, and some horses again. There you go. And a nice new character we've got coming in this issue as well. So check that out. Go to russleach.com and sign up for the email list, and we'll keep you abreast of what's going on.
The entire garrison of shape-shifting lizard guards all turn into centaurs
Oh no.
in this book. There we are.
Oh, I
No,
might
just
do a
kidding.
stream today, and I might do a Frazetta study. For
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
I got a bunch of his books and stuff around, and pull some things out and just do another study.
Yep.
So I think that'd be fun. And since he passed away 15 years ago yesterday, I kind of do it as a tribute to Frazetta.
15 years. Did he get his artwork back? Did his son try and steal it or something, or somebody tried to
Yeah, they
steal
settled
a
all
lot
of
of weird stuff that happened
Yeah.
with his stuff. But I
Mm.
believe I think his daughter and granddaughter control most of it now.
that. Money changes people
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
worst way. Yeah. They got that all settled out. It's all back in the museum. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, usually on Friday and Sunday with this group of people, and you can find all my work on Amazon. There's lots of books. I think I've 12 books published on there, different subjects, magazines and all kinds of stuff. But if you just put my name in Google, you'll find me on Facebook and everywhere else, and there's Dog. So just check it out. Just put my name in there and something will happen.
There we are.
Allegedly.
Marv says, I still don't understand why Chewie didn't get a medal in New Hope. See you next Sunday. Have a great week. Yeah, we don't understand it either, but that's
No one
just the way it
understands
is.
that.
Guess it would pick his fur too much or something. I don't know.
Turn his fur green.
I know I didn't get a medal. I'll tell you off air.
This looked like as
I
a
can think of
family
a
pet,
few reasons why I didn't get either that I'm not saying on air. So
probably.
He refused it. It's like getting an MBE. He was like, no, I'm not having any of that. No, sorry.
Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work in The Atlantean that I wrote, that Russ Leach went through and drew, as well as The Shadow Kingdom. You can find these at all bookstores, or orderable at least online at all the bookstore outlets, any place that uses the Ingram book system. If not there, then check criticalblast.com.
Issue
And,
2 will be going out to retail next month after all the backers have got their copy. So
as soon as we're sure all the backers have their copies, then there'll be a retail. Won't be the same book, but it'll be close. So
it's only very slightly different, but
Yeah.
it's enough that you get a unique print run from the crowdfunding.
Right.
So
make sure you look for the hardback version of The Shadow Kingdom, because not only is the story in beautiful color, if that's the way that you prefer your Conan work, we like it black and white though, but it also contains the story, the prose story of the Shadow Kingdom in the back of the book, so that you can compare and
Does
see
the
just how
hardback
faithful
have
that
that?
adaptation was. Yeah.
does the hardback have that? I thought
It
only
does.
the softback has that. Oh, right. Okay, cool.
Nope, the hardback has it. Unfortunately, the softback is in black and white, doesn't have it, but it does have all of the information on the back cover saying that it's in there.
There is a softback version, but the softback black and white, which is
in
the
color?
large version,
Yeah.
but the softback black and white has the wrong information on it. Yes.
Yeah, it does. We'll change that in future printings, but
Yeah.
anyway, there is a trade version of this in color. Is there, Russ?
What?
A trade version of Shadow Kingdom in color.
I believe there is. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And
If you
like
wanna-
a manga size, digest size.
Oh,
well.
yeah. I haven't seen that at all. I got to get.
I
to
want a manga size one because it will
Yeah.
fit nicely in my shelf.
that. There we
I'm
are.
pretty sure there is one. Yeah, and it's cheaper as well.
The other Shadow Kingdom is in this same format. If you want to get all of them in the same Atlantean format, and it's in beautiful black and white with great gray tones. All available Amazon, Barnes & Noble, criticalblast.com, coming soon at the Arrow store as soon as I can get around to making one over at fundmycomic.com. Get a chance, stop by fundmycomic.com. Take a look at all the different projects. Hatch Annoted's over there still. If you dig deep enough, you might find the Fool campaign still available over there.
Still waiting for my copy.
I know you are. I got to send you a piece of art and a bundle along. I owe Russ one too. So
It's okay.
A
I
bundle
know
that
where
is.
you are. I'm not worried about it.
Well, I'll get it to you
No
eventually.
worries. Just make sure you message me so I can get you my updated address. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how's this?
I'll
Send me
message you.
your updated address, and that'll be a poke for me to get a
I will do that.
package in the mail to you. I keep promising.
Yeah.
Do that. And
that. I just ran
have
across
read-
Russ's address the other day when I was looking for all my important papers. So
And I have read Glenn's book on Kirby, and that was a cool book. So buy it.
she's Frank's granddaughter.
Yes, Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm friends with her on
Afternoon all.
Facebook.
So Sarah running me too, running the Frazetta Museum now as the Frazetta Girls, where she has lots of merch and art.
Yeah, and she has
Afternoon all.
she does
Afternoon,
a weekly YouTube video on Frazetta Girls as well. Actually, in the
Cool.
last one she did, like from maybe a little over a week ago, she did one on Frank Frazetta and his work for Star Wars when he was going to be doing a poster.
Oh yeah. Frank did
Yes.
awesome 3 or 4 illustrations for Battlestar Galactica when it was out.
Yep.
It's fantastic stuff. Hatch is ace. There we are.
Yes,
Matt
yeah.
Black says, yep. Folks, we do this twice a week. We look through great old sequential art and comics, comic strips, anything that's associated with this wonderful genre. We've looked at trading cards in the past, coloring books even. This Friday morning on Comics by Night, we're still looking at Weird Science, the great EC set. Weird Sciences.
Yeah, look at that.
All in black and white. Fantastic. Wally Wood, Joe Orlando is in there, as well as a number of other contributors, Jack Davis and Jack Kamen, all sorts of folks. So look for those over at Comics by Night. We're on like part 7, I think we're coming up to, as we go through the entire line of Weird Science comics from EC back in the 50s. We love doing this stuff, folks. We're not monetized with any ads that you see here are either for our own stuff or our parody ads of one form or another. The Indie Comics Network isn't monetized either. And we would deeply appreciate it if you would subscribe, hit the like button, hit the love button, whatever platform you're watching this on. We can any type of interaction, comment, even dislikes, all goes towards upping our algorithm and being out in front of more people and on more recommendations lists in order to be seen by more folks. If you enjoyed this program, tell your friends. We do this every week. Like I said, Friday mornings at 5 a.m. live, Sunday mornings here, Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Both of those times are Eastern times. And we are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. Go over there and enjoy those to your heart's content. We know the majority of our viewership comes after the fact, and we deeply appreciate everybody out there that watches it. We hope you're enjoying this program even half as much as we enjoy looking at this material and talking amongst ourselves about who knows what. Wherever the conversation goes, that's where we are. So I think that's it. Go visit your local retailer, buy alternative independent comics, especially ours. And if you can, go patronize your local retailer, because your local comic shop, because they can use all the help they can get. You don't have to buy the modern comics, folks, if you don't like them, if they're not your thing. Go in and look through all of the back issues, look through those great old black and white magazines that nobody seems to want to talk about or admire anymore. Those old creepies, Eries, even the old Psychos, Voodoo Tales, all of that stuff, just classic material. Well worth your time. You never know how great these comics are until you sit and read them. And the majority of this stuff is evergreen and still holds up. And it's just as entertaining as the day when we first read it. Thanks so much for stopping by, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Deeply appreciate you being here.
That's for done, yeah.
Take care, everybody. We'll start with this.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
That was for Sarah. And here we go.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
The word of the day is Hakuna Mafucket.
Hello, motherfucker.
The word of the day is Hakuna Mafucket. When you give 0 fucks and no worries and let the shit show carry on. Hakuna Mafucket!
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.